Students, welcome to SB Math class to another episode. We are starting now the real number chapter. There at the first, that is the Euclid's division lemma that has been removed by CBSE from the syllabus, and also the regarding sums, those has been also removed from there. But for your knowledge only, I like to say Euclid's division lemma once. Actually, you know the Euclid's division lemma from class 3, I think. Yes, from class 3 you know. You don't know the name, but that time unknowingly you have done lots of the sums of Euclid's division lemma. What it is? Very interesting. That is, you have done already the sums and now you are knowing the name. Okay, so Euclid's division lemma. I am writing it as A equals to BQ plus R, where 0 less equals to R less than B. Do you know this one? Obviously you know, because if we write this in words, then it is coming dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. That is one of the most important property you have learnt at the junior classes, and also you have used this at lots of the sums. The division, actually the main property of the division sums. So you have done this one. There are some properties and some examples are there also. Those has been removed from the syllabus, and also those are not at all very much important for the further studies. That's why I am also skipping this one. Just for your knowledge, I am saying this is called the division lemma, Euclid's division lemma. So let us come to the next part. The part is, that is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. You also know this one. That time you were not known about the name, but you know the property. The property is any composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. Irrespective of the order. That means, in another way, we can say that is each composite number has a factorization of unique factorization. Actually, the factors are unique. The order can be anything, but the factors will be unique for one composite number. This unique is very much important. I am writing here unique factors. This unique is very much important, because on this one only some examples are there and this will be used there. Okay, so here one example I like to say, sometimes I have seen at the questions also in your board's exam, that this kind of question comes, that is, so that the numbers of the form 6 to the power n belongs to z. That means n are the integers. Any integers we are taking, n belongs to z plus the positive integers. Then can't have 0 as unit digit. This type of question comes. Sometimes instead of 6 it can be given as 4, 8, then 16, like that. So more or less all those type of sums, the one similar type of answer is there. I am saying it on, that is, if n equals to 1, then the number is 6 only. Now 6 equals to 2 into 3. You can take 1 also, but 1 is the common factor for all the numbers. So 2 into 3. According to this rule, that is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, the unique is there. So the factors of 2 and 3 are unique for 6 as well as 6 to the power n. That is for all the numbers for 6 of the form 6 to the power 6 to the power n means 6 square 36, 6 cube 216. So if you just factorize those, you will get only 2 and 3 there. So that's why not only 2 and 3, you will get all the numbers can be, because if it is only 2 and 3 will be there. Yes, only 2 and 3 will be there. So there now from the divisibility rules, you know the divisibility rules of 2, 3, 5, 7, 6, 7, those. So from the divisibility rules, you know that is the numbers whose unit digit is 0, that can be divisible by 10 or 5. So we can say of 5 only, because all the numbers which has the unit digit as 0, those are divisible by 5. Now 5 means the number must have a factor as 5 there. Here just see the factors are only 2 and 3. So from that logic only we can say that is all the numbers which have the form 6 to the power n can't have the unit digit as 0. So just write down like that. Now the numbers with unit digit as 0 must have a factor 5. Must have 5 as a factor. Here the factors are 2 and 3, and those are also unique. So obviously you will write the answer. Obviously the numbers of the form 6 to the power n can't have 0 as the unit digit. This type of question comes with the 4 to the power n, with 18 to the power n, like that only. So you can do this one. Also the contrary parts also can come, that is 25 to the power n or 5 to the power n can be divided by 5. So there you will just do the logic, you will just apply the logic, so you will get the answers. Okay. So we have done the fundamental theorem of arithmetic and corresponding sums here also. Now students, another very important criteria is there, or not criteria, it is the property, that is the HCF and LCM. You know this one. I am just saying HCF into LCM equals to product of the numbers. Now product of the two numbers. This property is also well known to you. You have used this property in class 4 and class 5. Okay. So some of the sums are there. Actually, who will take the basic mathematics, for them it is only important, because for standard mathematics I have seen, because the previous year only that standard and basic, those two parts are there. But for standard mathematics, according to me, those are not at all important. For basic mathematics, those are important. So who will take the basic mathematics, they will follow this chapter. I am directly going to the exercise 6b of R.S. Agarwal book. There some of the examples are there. I am doing just one or two examples. So first example I like to take, that is the number 10 or number 9. First of all, number 9. Find the largest number which divides 320 and 457. 320, 457. Leaving remainders 5 and 7 respectively. The largest number which divides those. So if the largest number is x here, suppose that is x. So if we divide x here, the remainder will be here 5, and if we divide this one, the remainder will be 7. Now students, just think, the remainders are here, they are leaving the remainders. If we just cut the remainders there, then obviously the number will be divisible by x. I repeat, suppose, okay, I am giving one small example. Suppose I am saying that is 5 is divided by 2, leaving the remainder 1. Now if we just subtract 1 from 5, that is 5 minus 1, it is 4. 4 can be easily divisible by 2, leaving the remainder 0. So here also 5 and 7, those are the remainders. If we just subtract 5 from here and 7 from here, then what the resultant numbers will get, that number will be wholly or mostly divisible by the number what we are required. So here we are getting, this is 315 and this is 450. Now here it is written that is find the largest number. So largest number that is divisible by that will divide those two. So HCF of 315 and 450 you are required to do. Just find this one. I am finding for the first time, and after that we will do. So 5. This is 90. This is 3. 30, 10. So HCF is here 45. So this is the required number. So in this way you can solve those examples. Those are very much easy. No any problems should be there. So now let us go to number 18. In a seminar, the number of participants in Hindi, English and Mathematics are 60, 84 and 108 respectively. Find the minimum number of rooms required if in each room the same number of participants are to be seated and all of them being in the same subject. Okay, so that means you have to find the minimum number of rooms required. So first of all, maximum number of participants should be there. First of all, let us find that one, that maximum number of participants in each room, and that will be the HCF of those numbers. So now we are doing number 18. First of all, find maximum number of participants in each room, that is HCF of 60, 84 and 108. 60, 84 and 108. You will find the HCF. I am just calculating the HCF here. I am saying you the HCF will be 12. Okay. So HCF is 12 now. Now the number of rooms, that is the minimum number of rooms required, equals to 60 by 12 plus 84 by 12 plus 108 by 12, and it is equals to, here it is 5 plus 7 plus it is 9, so it is total, it is coming 21. So in this way you can solve this one. I am giving you the homework, that is from number 15 to 27. Homework, it is 15 to 27. You have to do those because those are very much important for who are taking the basic mathematics, and somehow some questions, that is number 27 here, number 26, then here number 24, 22, those are also 19, those are also important for who are taking the standard maths also. So all of you will do those sums. So we will meet at the next video. Today up to this. Thank you students.